So
that's a pretty big area.
It is.
Yeah. I just absolutely love this region. I mean, I love being involved in all of the events that we have. The Chamber's an excellent avenue for anybody with a family. We do so many different family events, like our expo's coming up this weekend.
What is that? Oh, that's this. So it
already happened.
It already happened, right?
Yeah. Well, between that and we have we have an Applefest, which is done by St. John's. That's probably our largest.
That's right.
event.
Yeah, is that in the fall? Right.
Yes, in September. I happen to be the chair this year.
Oh, what happened today?
What are the dates?
Tell us about Applefest. Yeah,
it is the 14th through the 16th this year.
Okay, so over a weekend.
Yes.
And then what happens at Applefest?
Oh, there's everything. We have carnivals. We have food. We
apple
have
dunking.
No, we don't do
What?
that. No, because the government gets involved and stops you from doing things like that.
I like
apple
this guy.
pie contest, though.
We have an apple pie contest. We have a night in Reno event, which is you can play blackjack or craps or whatever. My grandparents actually brought that to St. John's.
Well done.
We have and when they did run it, they did have apple dunking, but then, like I said, the government got involved and screwed that one up.
I like this guy.
Is it an apple pie baking contest or apple pie eating contest?
We have no apple pie eating contest. I don't think we want anybody to potentially get sick at our event.
Right.
But we do.
We just want to go to the beer tent.
Well, it's called an entertainment tent.
Oh,
we do not call it a beer tent.
Amy and I call it the beer tent.
You're on the church grounds, so it has to be an entertainment.
We'll bless you.
Yes. No. We do have a pie contest that we have multiple applicants that come in and they submit their pie, and then we also auction off those pies, and it's a great fundraiser for us. We normally draw anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 on the top 3 pies.
Whoa. What? For a pie?
Yep.
Dude, I'm entering this year.
Can Crust enter? Because I don't know if that's allowed, right?
No.
Crust. Sorry, Crust, can't win that one.
Way. In fact, my great-grandmother won it one year.
Oh, really?
So, but there's no money that's given other than maybe God allowing you into heaven or something
title.
like that.
I mean, that's what you want. You get the
God
title.
allowed you into heaven, he said. That's great.
The notoriety.
Amy, see, you could.
So see, that's why I got to enter my pie this year.
Yes. So.
Because I need help, Will. No.
We all do, Amy. That's awesome. So where's the church at? The church grounds.
It's right on Adelaide, in between North Road and Silver Lake Road.
Okay.
You can't miss it. I don't know how many acres we have. We also have a school too. So, yeah.
And what are some of your other favorite events in the area, Will?
Pretty much anything that's involved with the chamber or any type of event that's on Lake Fenton. I grew up on Lake Fenton. My uncle has an ice party every year. It's not a charity.
An ice party?
Oh, yes.
Tell me more.
It's called Ice Baby.
He calls it a fire and ice party. He has a bonfire on the lake. He cuts out a bar and ice sculptures and puts lights in it, and it's really
that's awesome.
Probably the biggest party on Lake Fenton of the year.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And
now, does Lake Fenton have public access, or is it all privately owned?
It does have a public access. They also have the Polar Plunge, and they raise money for special needs kids. Mm-hmm. They raised $90,000 this year.
Oh my gosh!
One day.
That's awesome.
And they deserved it because it was awful. I mean, it felt like -30 that day on the ice, and they jumped in that lake topless.
Yeah.
I mean,
yikes!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Well, if you want to get more information about the Fenton Applefest or the St. John's Applefest, well, where do they get more information about that?
They can go to our website. I believe it's stjohns.org, or just Google St. John's Fenton. That's awful. I don't even know.
Aren't you the chairman? What the heck, buddy?
I know. Well, I have to wear many hats for the event. We have a lot of volunteers.
And then your website about how to get this money.
Yes.
Real quick.
I would say they would be best. They can look us up, or they can even call me direct. So
I love it.
Yeah. I love it. All right, check it out. eCore. Will, thank you so much for joining us on Behind the Mitten. Shelly, thank you for more information about the Fenton and Linden area. All right, John, coming up a little bit later on the show, it's going to be time for Beer of the Week. So stay tuned to Behind the Mitten.
Hey, this is Will Stiverson giving you a shout out from Fenton, Michigan with eCore Services and the Fenton Chamber, and you're listening to Behind the Mitten.
And welcome back to Behind the Mitten. John Gonzalez along with Amy Sherman, having a great time in Fenton, Michigan. Just a blast here. And how about that last guest, Amy?
Will Stiverson from eCore, but also from the St. John Applefest, which sounds like a rockin' good time here in Fenton. That's in September.
In September. So after the break there, or during the break, he was telling us they have a Bloody Mary bar too?
Yes, in the entertainment tent.
What? Beer tent, let's just be honest here. We're going to have to come back for that festival.
We're coming back for that festival. Yeah, I'm all in.
Because we can stop at Crust.
We can stop at Crust. We're going to talk to Crust. They were our winner for Michigan's Best Bakery on our search for MLive just last week. And we are going to talk to Holly from Crust about what it felt like to win a little bit later, when we also will talk about, of course, Beer of the week. But we're going to talk to the owners of where we are recording from today, which is the Fenton Winery and Brewery.
Right. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you've been tuning in and you want to hear and miss some of the early part of the show, go to our Facebook page or go to our website, behindthemitten.com. All the podcasts are there. Photos of Amy at the brewery. Oh, yeah. I am too. I'm here too. Thanks, Will. He's waving to Will. He's our best buddy now.
I'm telling you what, he's going to be our personal tour guide at the Applefest in September.
I know.
And it's going to be
He promised us a drink, and I said, no, 2.
Jeez, you're getting kind of grabby there.
Well, we're in Fenton. Why not, right? So,
right, why not?
Who do we have next on the show?
All right, well, we've got Dawn Plasick with us, who is, did I say the right Plasick?
You did.
I did, all right, who's a realtor here in town and also in charge of the Fenton Area Resource and Referral, and we're going to learn what that means. And then we've got Doug Fairbanks with us, who is here not only representing the Chamber, but also Heartland Insurance. So thanks for joining us, you guys.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Dawn, lay it on me. What is the Fenton Area Resource and Referral?
Well, it's actually the oldest nonprofit organization here in Fenton. It was started many years ago by our area school board member and a local social worker. And what it is we are a nonprofit that helps people in need. It might be for housing, utilities, medical, counseling, any kind of help someone might need. They just give us a call and we see what we can help them with.
Oh, so kind of like across the board.
Across the board.
They can call you and then you'll help figure it out for them.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's pretty amazing. And when did this start?
This started actually, I believe, in 95. We were officially became a corporation. It was actually in effect earlier than that. They were helping people.
How many people do you think you've helped over the years here in the Fenton area?
Actually, last year we helped 87 families.
Wow.
So the average family was 4 or more, so that's a lot of people.
In just 1 year?
In just 1 year.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes. And many of those were direct financial assistance for utilities, housing, those kind of things. But then other are just giving them resources to different help. Things. It might be relocating a mom for domestic violence. It might be helping someone who needs help with their consumer's bill. It's all kinds of different things.
I love that. It says a lot about your area that you are there to help those that are in need. Obviously, Amy and I are all about fun, having a good time, but there are people that are truly struggling out there and that need help, and we love that about your community.
Yeah, and I think that's our biggest strength. And the really great thing about FAR is that we bring all of the organizations together, all of our churches in the area, civic organizations, government organizations, and when we have a family, a person in need, we all come together and make it happen. We had a young lady, single mom and her daughter, whose furnace died, and she's on a fixed income, didn't have any way to help it, and we literally had 5 organizations that came together to help give her a furnace 2 days before Christmas. Really great thing.
Gosh.
That is.
Really great thing.
It's been striking, I think, to me, as we're interviewing people on this show, that the Fenton community really does have this charitable vein to it. It seems like that you guys really are involved in the community. You're nodding, Doug. You agree?
Oh, I do. It's amazing. I mean, it's a community feel, whether you're walking downtown in the summer, just going to a restaurant for dinner, or along the river, or when you live there, you meet people smile, people talk to you. It's a happy, comfortable place to be.
So, Doug, you run Heartland Insurance. Or you work for Heartland Insurance. I got you.
I'm there some days, yeah.
When he has to be
go there for all your insurance needs.
Fenton Winery Brewery, like us.
Right.
Shh, off the record. Wow. But Doug, what are some of your favorite things to do in town here in Fenton and Linden? I have to include them as well.
Sure, and there are so many. And if you're a foodie and you haven't been to Fenton, you're missing out. I mean, there are so many good restaurants, so many good places to have a drink. But there's a lot of natural resources here too, and we talked a little bit, I think, earlier about the lakes, and there's a ton of lakes here. But the Shiawassee River also flows through Fenton and Linden, and there are wonderful places to be able to put in and take out and paddle the Shiawassee. And you can go through areas and you really feel like you're up north, and you don't see houses for a good stretch of the river. And it's a wonderful way to kind of escape and get away and back to nature. And there are state parks in the area, too. Seven Lakes State Park is close. Island Lake State Park is not that far away. And so there's just so many natural resources to take advantage of in this area, too. It's really amazing.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I was telling Amy in the car on the way over, and I said, because I worked in Flint for a while and was trying to find a place to maybe live in the area. And I looked in this area, and I remember going, holy cow, all the lakes and the homes around the lakes, and I just fell in love with this area. I got a job offer in Grand Rapids, so I ended up there. But
your life could have been so different.
It could have been different, but I remember, though, you're right about that. You kind of go in, down by one of those lakes, and you feel like you're up north.
Sure, for sure.
You escape and you get away.
Yes.
I guess I didn't realize that the river ran through. Are there places you can rent kayaks if you want to do that?
There are indeed. You can put in Holly and take out in Argentine, so that whole stretch from the river, and that's a good long day's trip. There's a rental company down in Linden, right downtown Linden, and Gary does a wonderful job there and can coordinate whether you're putting in and paddling around the Linden Mill Pond, want to go fishing for the day, or want to take a trip down the river. But that's a fabulous opportunity there, too.
And I push all the time at MLive that I want to do best river to kayak in Michigan. Here we go.
There you go.
Start my search here.
This is close, yes. You don't have to travel, and it's close and easy. You can do it on a quick weekend, be home same day, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's really nice, because it is close to a lot of metro areas, so
Yes.
it'd be easy to get to. I like that idea.
Yeah, you guys mentioned that being a foodie town. All right, tell us some of your favorite places.
Oh, boy, it depends.
Here we go.
Right?
All right, how
it depends.
about for pizza?
For pizza, well, John's Pizzeria is kind of a staple in the
passed it on the
community.
way in.
We did,
Yep,
yeah.
we passed that. But Fenton Winery and Brewery has some amazing pizzas here, too. So it's not just drinks. There's more here.
Oh, good. Well, we'll have to ask him about those pizzas.
Yes. The
Fire one up, Will.
probably the best way to taste it all is the Taste of Fenton in the summer, where almost all the restaurants come downtown. You can eat at almost every restaurant in one afternoon by coming
awesome.
downtown, and there is beer and wine there too.
Entertainment
and it's outside,
tent.
and there's entertainment tent. There's even live entertainment. It's on the banks of the Shiawassee River, so it's a wonderful time.
Taste
Wait,
of
when
Fenton.
is-
That sounds
yeah,
like
when
fun.
is that
When is
again?
that? You said summer?
Yes, that's summer. That's August.
We're looking at Shelly.
August 1st
August
this year.
1st for Taste of
So-
Fenton. Okay, well, now we have a reason to come in August and a reason to come in
September, yeah.
Really, I don't think you have a reason to leave, do you?
Probably not.
We'll be back next week for Behind the Mitten. We'll pick it up next week.
Right. I love that. Okay, so we were talking about pizza. How about, what's one of your favorite places to just go have a beer and hang out with some of the locals?
Fenton Winery. Yeah, I mean,
sure.
I know we're sitting here,
fine.
but when you
Yeah.
ask about beer, and we're in a brewery, so that's a pretty easy
That's
one.
a tough one. Yeah.
But
Fenton Hotel is another
the
good
Fenton
place.
Hotel
Fenton
has
Hotel is great.
They have
Okay.
a great selection. Linden Hotel has beers on tap. The Beale Street Barbecue, they have wonderful
I love
barbecue.
that barbecue,
They have
yes.
entertainment. They have local beers on tap. The laundry in Fenton. The firehouse.
Yeah.
It just
They're on every corner.
yes.
Right downtown, you're right. You can totally park and just walk and walk
You
and walk.
absolutely
Yes.
can.
And kind of do a little pub crawl or whatever, and
You
you'd be
absolutely
totally
can.
happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was super excited because when we drove by Fenton Fire Hall, which we've been to several times for both Michigan's Best French Fry and mac and cheese. And I just have to say mac and cheese, and my mouth waters from that place, right? But they had the igloos out, which I'm obsessed with. So we're going to go check those out.
those are very cool. Those are very cool.
I like it. All right. Well, if people want to get more information about Heartland Insurance, where do they go?
Sure. Heartland Insurance would be www.heartlandinsurance.com.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Doug. And Dawn, if people want to get more information either about your real estate business, which we really didn't talk too much about, or about FAR, where do they go?
Well, they can go to Dawn at legacyrealtypros.com. And if you or somebody that you know is in help, just go to our website, which is farnetworking.org, and you can apply for assistance.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, just a little bit of the love that Fenton likes to give their residents. It's really cool. All right. Thanks, you guys, so much for joining us. John, coming up next, finally.
I know, finally.
From
Beer.
Fenton Winery and Brewery, we're going to do Beer of the Week. So stay tuned.
Howdy, this is Doug Fairbanks with Heartland Insurance Agency, and you're listening to Behind the Mitten.
Ein Prosit, der Gemüt.
And welcome back to Behind the Mitten. John Gonzalez along with Amy Sherman. Just having a fabulous time here in the
Fabulous Fenton.
I know. And lovely Linden. And we're just having a great time here.
Yeah, I'm learning a bunch of stuff about a town that we've been to several times on Michigan's Best Searches, but I didn't really know that much about it except that it had a super cute downtown. And now we've learned all this great stuff, and it sounds like a true community that they're really invested in